and welcome to Concordia on Air. I'm your host, Jacob Olson.
And I'm your host, Paul Flessland. Coming up on today's show.
On Top Story, the Cobbers speech team.
In news, Genocide Awareness Month.
In sports, a lacrosse team interview.
And Vinegar Tom on A&E.
All that and so much more coming up on today's show.
Concordia on Air. Please stay tuned.
Hello and welcome. I am joined right now by Laura Rosier from the Genocide Awareness Committee. This is your first time on television, I hear.
Yes, it is.
That's true. We're here to talk about genocide awareness, of course. So you're on the committee. What is happening at Concordia? What are we doing about Genocide Awareness Month?
So this month we have a few different activities. This week we have an info table in the atrium, just kind of starting the buzz, getting people information about what's going on campus and off campus right now. Selling bandanas to support the Mapendo New Horizons Foundation. Next week we actually have a film showing for Ghost of Rwanda, which is a fairly controversial film about the U.S. involvement in Rwanda. And then the last week in April we'll have a 24-hour fast, which is part of the 100-day fast for Darfur, so that will be benefiting that.
Okay, so if anybody wants to become a part of any of those activities, they can go to the atrium and sign up for these things. They can.
Yep, in the atrium we have a sign-up sheet right now. There's also flyers all around campus that have a little bit more information, have my email, so anybody can contact us through that.
Who decided to become a part of this committee? How did you find this?
Well, actually, I've been part of the symposium committee that dealt with genocide for this past fall for the last 3 years. And so we decided to do a little bit of follow-up because we felt like there was a lot of good buzz this fall and that we kind of wanted to keep it going and that students actually wanted a little bit more information. So we thought this was a good way to do that.
It's really, really great. So if anybody wants to find out more information, like I said, go to the atrium. There's flyers all around campus. You can contact Laura herself. Laura, thank you so much for joining us. We will head over to Top Story now with Amber.
Welcome to Top Story. I'm Amber. The Cobbers speech team received 15th place in the nation at the 36th Annual American Forensic Association National Individual Events Speech Tournament this past weekend. The tournament took place at Hutchinson Community College in Hutchinson, Kansas. Over 80 teams attended, including Bradley University, Western Kentucky University, and George Mason University, the top 3 universities in the nation this year. Over 1,200 individual events competed, including dramatic interpretation, persuasion, and extemporaneous speaking. 2 Cobbers advanced to quarterfinals, including senior Britt Osmondstad in impromptu speaking and sophomore George Kippers in after-dinner speaking. The Cobbers held on to their 15th spot that they received last year, and this is the 4th straight year that the Cobbers have placed in the top 20. Congratulations, Cobbers speech team. And now, back to our hosts.
Hello, everybody,
Hey guys.
and welcome to the show. Got a lot going on this week. Of course, we just talked about genocide awareness, so make sure you go and check that out in the atrium. There's a ton of stuff going on in the atrium right now.
Yeah,
Everybody's
for
tabling.
example, Relay for Life has a table there because this weekend is a Relay for Life thing at Concordia, and we're actually going to have an interview with them shortly coming up, so stay tuned for that.
Don't forget to watch that interview.
Don't forget. Please don't leave.
Also, Social Media Summit is coming up this weekend.
Yes, on Sunday.
And you should become a part of that because it's going to be awesome. So if you have a Twitter or a YouTube or a Facebook and you want to know how to properly run it, there's going to be...
Or a LinkedIn.
Or LinkedIn.
Or an email address.
Or like MySpace, which is really coming back.
It's true.
I heard from somebody. But there's going to be experts there and breakout sessions, and everybody's going to be kind of involved with the topic of social media. We have somebody coming who is on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. Be speaking. He's going to be the keynote speaker. That'll be fantastic. So you can register for that online. You'll have to Facebook Social Media Summit at Concordia. You'll find the link there. And it costs $2 to register for that, but all the proceeds will go to a charity of sorts. I forget the name.
Facebook.
Facebook.
It's
They
going to
all go
Facebook.
to Mark Zuckerberg. No, but so check that out. Also, this weekend, we have the school's closing and final comedian act for the year, Jessie Campbell. She's fantastic. I actually have seen her perform, and she was one of my favorites.
They're friends.
Close friends. I have pictures with Jessie Campbell. She's great. She will be filling the position of Pete Holmes, who was going to come here, but it's no longer. But you know what? Jessie
Typical
Campbell is an
Pete.
amazing comedian, so just as happy to see her.
I see those posters around with her face on them.
Yeah.
And she looks like this person I work with at the forum, and I always think it's this my coworker that will come here and tell jokes, but it never is.
Paul, you're so silly. It's not her.
I know. But I always think it is.
I can't believe you.
I'm sorry. I call them as I see them.
Oh, you do. That's what I like
Yeah.
about you. Very honest with everybody. Also, if you're not busy this weekend, go and check out the film and lit class here at Concordia is doing their final projects. They'll be at the Fargo Theater, and that's 4 o'clock on Sunday.
I don't even. Yes.
4 o'clock on
yes,
Sunday.
it's on Sunday.
It'll be fantastic.
After Social Media Summit, I'm pretty sure.
Lots
it's
of
done
short
by
films
then,
that have been adapted from
So
classic literature.
be
Check it out.
Social Media Summited, and then film after.
Don't forget.
Don't forget that.
In the meantime,
What's happening in the news with Jocelyn and Brittany?
Hello and welcome to news. I'm Jocelyn Horazdovsky.
And I'm Brittany Davila. This week, Concordia College spent a moment of silence to reflect on the devastation of genocide that affects people still today. April is Genocide Awareness Month because of the number of genocides that have begun in April or that have a major anniversary within the month. The Genocide Awareness Month Planning Committee at Concordia College is committed to spreading awareness about the past and current effects of genocide to all people around the world who are directly and indirectly impacted by these horrific events.
As the school year is winding down, the Fargo-Moorhead area is gearing up in preparation for flood season. While Concordia does not anticipate any damage from the flood, Concordia's emergency management team is monitoring the National Flood Service in case of anything unusual. Concordia is also in communication with the City of Moorhead and Clay County Emergency Management to act if need be. The City of Moorhead has made significant infrastructure upgrades that will help ensure that services are sustained on campus in case of a flood. Currently, the City of Fargo has begun the sandbagging operation, and if you are interested in helping out, please call First Link at 701-476-4000. Unfortunately, the City of Moorhead hasn't requested any volunteers yet, so it's very unlikely that there will not be any class cancellations in the future.
All graduating seniors are asked to RSVP to the Senior Farewell Banquet, which will take place Friday, May 3rd at 5:30 p.m. in the Knudsen Campus Center. There will also be a social held before the dinner at 5 p.m. All seniors are welcome to celebrate their years at Concordia with their friends and classmates and be welcomed into the Concordia alumni family. Dress is semi-formal and there is no cost to attend this event. However, you are asked to RSVP by calling 218-299-3734 as soon as possible to reserve your seat, and so dining services can accommodate all the students who wish to attend this event. Congratulations, seniors.
For its comprehensive evaluation in November of 2013, a series of short, open meetings will be held to discuss the drafts of Concordia's self-study report. Students are encouraged and invited to attend any one of these meetings in the near future. The first open meeting is tomorrow from 12:15 until 1 in Jones CD and will include an introduction of criterion of one mission from the criteria of accreditation and an overview of the college's self-study. If you would like to attend the meeting but are unable to attend, please contact Christy Loberg, Michael Wolfel, or any member of the Self-Study Steering Committee. Be sure to keep an eye out for more exciting meetings to come.
In honor of Asian Heritage Month, there will be a movie screening at 7 p.m. tonight in the Carvel B. Yelvisacker Library. The movie is called Woo I Nee Mommy, which is a documentary about love, identity, and culture. The story is seen through the eyes of Chinese children adopted by American families since 1992, and their shift into a new family, new language, and a new culture. This documentary screening is brought to us by the Office of Intercultural Affairs and is free and open to all students and faculty. Refreshments are also available before the movie tonight at 6:45 p.m.
While summer may be on the mind of all cobbers, the folks at Dining Services are prepping for fall with meal plan signups. Students should have received a postcard in the mail informing them to sign up for meal plans. For most students living on campus, the Gold, Maroon, and Colonel meal plans tend to be the best option. The meals that are included in these three plans range from 11 to 17 meals per week and are priced accordingly. They also include dining dollars and guest passes.
The Kernel plan includes $175 dining a semester and covers about 11 meals a week in dining services. For students living in the apartments, a plan consisting of either 85 or 45 meals in dining services and no dining dollars can also be purchased. Any student can add on additional dining dollars in increments of $50 and meals in increments of 25. Whatever your personal needs for food may be at Concordia, dining services has got you covered. And now we'll head over to Morgan and Kjerstin.
Hi there, I'm Morgan Schleif, and I'm here with Kjerstin Engebretson today talking about One Day Without Shoes. And this is an event that is put on by Tom's Shoe Company. And so first, could you tell us about what Tom's is and how it got started?
Sure, Morgan. Well, Tom's is a company that was founded in 2006 by Blake Mikowski, who was inspired to make a commitment towards change after he went on a trip to Argentina, where he witnessed poverty and poor health conditions, as well as hundreds of children walking around without shoes. And Blake created this Tom's name by showing that how we can work together to create a better tomorrow by taking compassionate action today.
Clever, tomorrow, Tom's, get it. So a lot of students here are on campus wear Tom's, and we got a couple right back here behind us. And what exactly do you do to get Tom's, and what's One for One?
Well, the One for One movement has been very popular because it is this commitment that Tom's made that in which every pair of Tom's purchased, Tom's will give a new pair to a child in need around the world.
That's awesome. And so exactly how does this correlate with One Day Without Shoes? And actually, what is One Day Without Shoes?
Well, One Day Without Shoes is a day where everyone goes barefoot to spread awareness. And Tom's created it because it is their one day to show a global awareness of how kids around the world have poor health conditions and are in the poverty cycle.
Okay, and that's coming up, right?
Yes, it's next week, April 16th.
Okay, so on Tuesday, we want to go barefoot, everyone. We're going barefoot on Tuesday. And why do you do One Day Without Shoes?
Because spreading awareness about the impact of a pair of shoes that can have on a child's life is very important. And we want to spread this awareness because there's hundreds of thousands of children around the world who don't have a choice.
Okay, and then so on Tuesday, One Day Without Shoes, what do we expect here on campus?
Well, you can do, there's many different actions that you can take. You can go without your shoes for 10 minutes, you can walk a mile in your shoes, or you could even go the whole day.
Okay, and then is there going to be a booth or?
Yeah, next week you can expect us to see us publicizing One Day Without Shoes in the atrium, and you can stop by at our table. We'll have posters up and flyers to hand out, and we'll be wearing these shirts, so look for us there.
Alrighty, and then there might be snow and puddles. What do we do?
Well, that is a definite challenge here in Concordia campus, but I'm pitching this call to action to go barefoot for the whole day, but only wear your shoes when you absolutely have to, like in DS, because you have to wear shoes in DS, or if it's snowing outside, wear those when you absolutely have to.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want your feet to get too frozen.
Yep.
But yeah, I did One Day Without Shoes last year, and it was an awesome way to, get yourself in someone else's shoes. So thank you so much for coming here to talk to us, and
thank you.
Remember, don't wear your shoes on Tuesday. And now we are going to head over to sports.
Hello and welcome to sports. I'm Beck, and this week we've got something a little bit different for you. I've got an interview with lacrosse captain Johanna Olson, and she's just here to tell us a little bit about the girls lacrosse team that, doesn't necessarily get a ton of attention, so we wanted to shed a little light on them. So can you just give us a little bit of background about the Concordia lacrosse program?
Yeah, well, we're a 12 team, and we started about 3 or 4 years ago. We started with just 12 girls, which is enough to field a team, and now we're up to 22 people on our roster, so it's a pretty fast-growing sport, and it's just like any other club on campus.
So is there any particular reason why lacrosse here at Concordia is a club rather than with the NCAA or anything like that?
Well, we're trying to work with some people in the athletic department to maybe try to get it to be an NCAA sport one day, but right now it's just club funded because that's how we get our money, and it's basically about the money.
So, and that's just the big difference between club and NCAA is where the money is coming from or something like that, or?
Yeah, and there's rules and who can enter and how many sports can be in the MIAC and stuff like that. So it's pretty complicated to get established as a real sport.
Okay. So, as for your actual season, how is the season going so far?
Well, we just had a tournament this weekend at MSUM, and unfortunately we didn't win any games, but we lost 4 by 1 point, so it was pretty brutal, but we're doing well. Yeah.
So then what are you expecting out of the rest of the 2013 season? What are you looking at?
Well, we have one more tournament next weekend in Hopkins, Minnesota, so we're expecting to do pretty well. These are less competitive teams in our league, so I think we'll come out with a few wins.
Okay, so just one more question for you. If Concordia students were looking to go to any of the lacrosse games, are there any more they can go to this year, or what can students do to go support the lacrosse team?
Unfortunately, we don't have any more home games this season, but keep posted for next season and tryouts in the fall. So.
Well, that's really awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. So we're actually going to head over to Paul, who has an interview with Relay for Life.
All right, thanks, Ann. I'm joined today with Sarah, who is the Vice President of Colleges Against Cancer, and Kate, who is a team captain for a team for Relay for Life. And so what is Relay for Life?
Well, Relay for Life is an event that we do here. It benefits the American Cancer Society, so it's a fundraiser. It's a 12-hour long event that we do. So people come, there's bands, games, ceremonies, all sorts of things. And it's not actually a relay. Nobody has to run. People just take turns walking the track throughout the night.
If we want to run, can we run?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you might see me jogging a little bit, but yeah. What has Concordia done for this event?
Well, we have planned a lot of exciting different events throughout the night. So like I said, we have some different ceremonies, like Luminaria ceremony, which is a really somber, moving ceremony where we get to remember those that we know that have been affected by cancer. There's also some more fun parts, like we're having a Dude Looks Like a Lady Man pageant.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. So there's going to be some men from the different sports teams there that are going to wow us with their talents, some questions and answers, swimsuits.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
There you go, the whole shebang. Also, student government is having a pie throwing thing, and so you might be able to throw a pie at yours truly, just in case if that's something you'd be interested in.
Sure.
So that's one thing going on there. But how does someone get involved with Relay for Life?
Well, there's a lot of different options. We have a committee of people that plan it throughout the year, but then also that night you can be a team captain like Kate here, and you could also be a participant just on a team, and everybody's welcome to come. So even if you're not on a team or if you haven't fundraised or anything like that, you're more than welcome to stop by. Bring your money though, because there's lots of places to spend it.
This is true. What do you do as a team captain, Kate?
Well, basically, we're just there to form teams to make sure there are people there, and each team has a different fundraiser at Relay. So, example, my team's doing face painting. So, if you want a cool design on your face,
I know
come
I
check
do.
us
I
out.
want a tattoo of your face on my face.
Oh.
Do you think you can do that?
I think that'd look pretty
we could
cool.
try. We could try. I know some other teams are doing water pong, and some other food. If you're hungry, come over.
I know I will. I know I'll be hungry.
Yeah.
But what are things that the team does besides all the fun stuff? What is the main thing that a team does?
The team is fundraising throughout the year, and then all the proceeds that we fundraise at the event will go for Relay also. And then as a team captain, we just recruit other people to be on our team so that there are people there.
Yes. How much have you raised so far?
So far we're at a little over $17,000, so it's pretty exciting. We're hoping that by Saturday we'll be at $20,000, and then hopefully at the event we'll get maybe another $5,000–6,000. So
Yeah.
We've got lofty goals, but we think we can make them.
Yeah. And so it's Saturday, 3 p.m.
Yep.
to 3 a.m.
Yep, the teams will be starting to set up at 3 p.m., but the opening ceremony itself will actually begin at 4:30.
Okay.
So if you're just coming to check it out, I'd recommend coming sometimes between 4:30 and 3 a.m. So really, you should be free sometime between those two times. So I think everyone
Pretty
can
good
stop
time
by.
period. Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Off to A&E.
Hello and welcome to A&E. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Kelly.
Starting this Thursday, April 11th through Sunday, April 14th, Concordia Theater presents their final show, Vinegar Tom. Carol Churchew's musical is a ride through your mind that will challenge your thoughts and shine a different light on feminism. It is set in the 17th century but takes characters of the past and combines them with ongoing problems in the present. Vinegar Tom will be playing on the main stage April 11th through 13th at 8 p.m. and April 14th at 2 p.m. Tickets are $7 for adults and $4 for students, and free for all Concordia students, faculty, and staff. A suggestion would be don't bring the little ones around, for the play contains adult language and themes. Remember, this is their final show of 2013 season, so don't miss it.
I'm sure you've all been hearing plenty of buzz about Concordia's newest event this weekend, the Social Media Summit. The Social Media Summit is an extremely relevant seminar that is beneficial for all majors. The setup is similar to the symposium or Lead Now, with one keynote speaker and 3 breakout sessions with final wrap-up time. Just like Jacob said, our keynote speaker is Dan Schabel, a social media guru who was named on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. Basically, he's a big deal. Dan will be talking about personal branding and promotion via social media. The breakout sessions range from topics like how to use LinkedIn to help with your career search, and a discussion on whether anonymous accounts like Cobber Confessions are really what brewing is all about. Make sure you do not miss this beneficial experience. The registration link can be found on the PR Club Facebook or Twitter page. It only costs $2 to get in, and all the money goes to charity. Plus, prizes are being given away daily, like gift cards to B-Dubs, and there will be more door prize chances for anyone who attends the event. Just a few more reasons to go to the Social Media Summit this Sunday from 1 to 5.
Come join CEC as they present the final events for this year. First up is the Bergamot for the Acoustic Buzz finale this Thursday in the Maze at 10 p.m. The duo is Jillian Spees, a classically trained musician vocalist, and Nathan Hoff, a guitarist and vocalist. The two are from South Bend, Indiana, and have just released their album Static Flowers with 10 original songs. Bergamot just won the Bud Lights Battle of the Bands and performed in front of 8,000 fans alongside Flo Rida, Pitbull, and other big-name performers. After a Thursday night like this one, the excitement will continue on Friday night with Comedy Club finale in the Centrum at 9 p.m. CEC presents Jessie Campbell, a young comedian whose fan base is expanding. Her audience is that of all ages, but she is rising to the title of Most Wanted for college performances. With her high energy and hilarious personality, we should be chuckling off our seats. So join us, Coppers, for the Acoustic Buzz and Comedy Club finale this Thursday and Friday.
Tomorrow evening, you will have another chance to listen to some of our finest choirs before their final concert next weekend. Michael Culleton, the director of Manticore, Cantabile, and Chapel Choir, has been busy writing his dissertation on living composers from Minnesota. He will be presenting his research as a recital and a lecture. The choirs will be performing a few pieces from the composers that he wrote about, and Culleton will be providing the audience with more information about the history of the pieces. This unique concert and lecture will be about an hour and a half long and is taking place in the Centrum at 7 p.m. Don't miss it.
Following up my interview with Kjerstin Engebretson, April 16th is One Day Without Shoes. It's a nationwide Tom's Awareness event that involves the Barefoot Challenge. Watch for the booth in the atrium where you could be lucky enough to get a Chipotle coupon card, stickers, or tattoos that support the cause. Wearing no shoes is something Tom's does to strike up curiosity, which leads to conversation, creates action, and finally makes a difference. Leave your footprint and join the global movement and go barefoot this Tuesday. Choose one of the ways that we mentioned earlier. Go shoeless for 10 minutes, 2 hours, or all day. Be sure to tag Tom's in any form of social media that you choose, or post photos on the Tom Campus website, and we could be featured in their blog. See you shoeless.
This past Sunday, the Academy of Country Music Awards gave prizes to some of the most well-known artists and bands in country music. Now, I know that many people at Concordia aren't huge fans of country music, but the awards gave light to some serious talent. Here are the top 5 awards given. Cruising in at number 5 is the award for New Artist of the Year, which was given to Florida Georgia Line, who are most well known for their song, Cruise. Jumping in at number 4 is the title Album of the Year, which is awarded to Eric Church's Chief. Over at number 3 is Female Vocalist of the Year. It was no surprise that Miranda Lambert took home this prize, especially since her song Over You also won Song of the Year. At number 2, Jason Aldean continued his award-winning streak by taking home the prize of Top Male Vocalist. However, the number 1 moment was when they announced the winner of Entertainer of the Year as Luke Bryan. Brian only recently stepped into fame, and this award was a huge surprise. His tear-filled speech holds the top moment at the Academy of Country Music Awards. And now back to our host.
Paul, what are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you doing?
I'm checking Twitter and Facebook.
I'm Snapchatting as usual.
We're just prepping for the social media summit.
I gotta be on top of my game, you know.
I'm just trying to improve my social branding.
Yeah.
Which is already worth its weight in gold. So.
Really?
My social presence, yeah.
Oh.
I'm a YouTube partner, Paul.
Are you really?
No.
Oh, I am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what we were talking about earlier, though?
What were we talking about earlier?
Toms.
Oh yeah, we are a Tom's campus these days. Lots of Tom's, like the Tom shoes, the vinegar Tom going on.
And then you.
Yes, I actually.
Listen to this, you
guys. This right here.
You're not gonna believe this. When Paul told me this, I was like, oh, mind blown.
He fell off this chair, had to get back on the chair.
Off camera at the time. I fell off my chair.
He fell backwards. I went and caught him, put him back up. But anyways, what I told him, I have a brother named Tom.
But that's not the.
But the best part is.
Here's the kicker.
He wears shoes.
He wears shoes.
So like Tom's shoes.
shoes.
He's also been known to cook with vinegar.
And I think that is just like the odds of that happening. It's like if I were to put my name in a balloon and send it off, and then somebody else gets that balloon eventually, and their name's Jacob Olson too. I mean those are the same odds.
That
a guy named Tom would wear shoes and cook with vinegar.
Probably at the same time.
Astronomical.
I've seen it happen at the same time. So
in person.
Yeah. In the flesh. So I'm gonna contact this Tom Shoes. Be like, hey guys.
Hey man.
This guy right here is named Tom. So, and we'll see where that goes.
Paul leads a very interesting life.
I mean,
so
what can I say?
We want you all to attend all these great events that are happening on campus, in all seriousness. So try to be a part, I'm trying to use words correctly. Be a part of one of these great events that's happening in the coming weeks here, because we got a lot going on campus.
It's the perfect way to brew.
It's the perfect way to brew, yeah.
You know?
It is. It really is. Becoming responsibly engaged in the world.
Becoming responsibly engaged in the women. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Make sure to check us out online at concordiaonair.com. And we will see you next week.
We'll see you next week for our final show of the year.
So don't forget to tune in extra hard. Like just
extra early if you want.
And then stay later and think about what you saw.
So that's what's happening.
It's gonna be great. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Bye.